What is up, guys? It's your boy GPEL Casanova. Welcome to the first episode of JOYRYDE, where basically on my way to work or wherever, if I decide to hop on the camera and hit record, I will come at you with content. Today is Friday, January 6, 2017, and y'all, honestly, I'm feeling great right now. Just chilling, and probably because I had like a good workout session last night. Like, I was sore as a mug, but feeling good right now. Now, basically what I want to talk about in this episode is, at what point do you realize it's time for you to make some changes in your life? Now, primarily, you guys know I'm a tech channel, or game streaming, Street Fighter streaming channel. But, I don't want to be limited, and that's the only thing that I'm doing. Like, maybe at some point, if I hit 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, I might have two channels doing two different things. But in the meantime, I don't want to be having to do it like that. And one of the things I wanted to get at today was, at what point do you realize it's time for a change in your life? And that could be anything from like work related to your health, your relationships, your daily routine, just about anything. At what point do you feel like enough's enough and it's time to make that change? And for a lot of people, it seems that they're afraid to make that decision to go for a change, be it in their health. It's always an excuse of, oh, I'll do it this day, or I'll do it that day. And then, months go by, weeks go by, years go by, and nothing ever changes. And you're like, okay, well, one day, when is that? Then you got the other people that make the excuses when it comes to their relationship, when they're not even happy with the person they're with. And they're just with them just because it's safe. It's familiar. They know what it's like to be with that person. And even though it ain't great, they're gonna stick it out with them because it is what it is. Like, that's what they know, that's what they're comfortable with, that's what they think, that's, it is the quote-unquote norm. And from a psychological perspective, anything that you consistently do repeatedly becomes a routine, becomes a habit, becomes a way of living. So if you're surrounded in a chaotic situation, or in chaotic situations, chaotic relationships, chaotic workplaces, chaotic, lifestyles or health habits or whatever, then that's going to be considered the norm for you. Like, your brain, how you interpret it, is going to be normal. So, it's until you make that paradigm shift to something different that things change. And things can't change if they stay the same, you know what I mean? So, in my experiences, like, I've had all three of the major extremes. I've had chaotic relationships, chaotic lifestyles, health, and chaotic work environments. And like, when it came to relationships, I was in so many chaotic relationships that I didn't know what exactly a normal relationship or a non-chaotic relationship was like, just because all I knew was what I knew. The bulk of my relationships is just crazy, and I just kept it moving like that. Like, okay, if I get another relationship, she gotta be the quote-unquote bad bitch, and she's gotta be this, she's gotta be that, she's gotta have this attitude, gotta have this swagger and finesse. And that didn't give me nothing but trouble, over and over and over and over again, like constant trouble. And it just was never worth it. It just never was. Like, the heartache, the dumb shit you had to go through, dumb shit I went through, bringing kids into a kind of situation like that. Nah, it just wasn't even worth it. And it just, and that stuff lingers. It never goes away. It lingers. Right now, my ex-wife is actually still using my image and likeness on these dating sites, trying to pawn it off as if it's me, so she can try and break up me and my current wife. and whatever the hell a reason is. But that's why I say it lingers. It never really goes away, and it's sad. And it took me. I'm 28. It took me however many years to get out of a chaotic relationship, or chaotic relationships, plural, to get with my current wife, which is not chaotic. She's straight normal, gamer, likes to dance, likes to have fun, likes to take care of the house, likes to work. We make it happen. It took me years to get to find someone like that. And the funny thing is, she was right there the whole time. I just never gave her attention. So that's what I mean by, things can't change if they stay the same. I never would have had a difference in woman or relationship if I had just kept going after what I've been going after for the longest. And sometimes that shit becomes a deep-seated habit that you gotta break, honestly. So that's on that. And then when it comes to weight, like you guys know, I fought weight fluctuations for years. And I had points where I was hella skinny. I had points where I was, overweight. And right now I'm overweight, but not to the point where I was. But I had to change up some lifestyle, like trying to not pop pills, but trying to, drink energy drinks, like 4 or 5 energy drinks a day, eating candy, eating jerky, like just not eating proper meals. Just that stuff did a number on my health. Put me in the hospital a number of times, and even with my battle with colorectal cancer and beating it, that shit just it had to change. And I didn't know any better because people around me, I'm around a bunch skinny whites, Asians, blacks that just eat the same way I was eating. Shit, I thought that was normal. But I have a bigger, my build is bigger, my metabolism is slower, so I'm doing the things that they do, and it's like just didn't work out. So in that regard, I'm like, all right, I need to make some changes, especially with the colorectal cancer. That shit was scary, so I had to make changes with that and do something different. The same thing happens too when it comes to like when you're looking at lifestyle. And yeah, I just parked. I'm at my job now. But when you're looking at lifestyle too, lifestyle, health, like things you do if you're going out partying all the time, turning up, getting drunk, wilding out, that's cool and all if that's what you're doing in the meantime. Like I feel like that's a time and place for everything. There are phases that we phase out of one thing and we phase into another, and then a lot of that is dictated based on like upbringing, our personal development, our opinions of, opinions. Everyone's got an opinion. It's upbringing, personal development, our own mentality, our moral balance, and our environment, the people we're around. Birds of a feather flock together. And when you're just around people that do a certain thing all the time, then 9 times out of 10, you're going to be someone that's going to do the same exact thing. You're going to do what everyone else is doing. And sometimes, it ain't really best to be going with the crowd. Sometimes you need to just be doing your own thing. And if you got to do your own thing, ain't nothing wrong with it. Just do you. And it took me years to figure that out. It took me in my mid to later 20s, where I'm at now, to figure out that I need to just do my own thing. If people are really your friends, they'll care about your well-being. They ain't gonna be trying to drag you out to the club all the damn time. They ain't gonna be trying to get you drunk and get you in compromising situations. And they'll feel like, nothing changed. So I got one friend, I'll bring him up, and I'll name him too. Darren Wong, shout out to you, brother. And same thing, my brother and best friend. I got several best friends. I don't have one best friend, but my circle is hella small. I got a lot of people that think they're my friends, and they're really not. And it ain't a knock to them. It's just I know them well enough to know that I'm not going to mess around with you. It's just not in my best interest to be around you. And so I just don't deal with it. But Darren, Cameron, Brandon, Corbett, Steele, Derek, Dan, Derek, and I don't see them often. Halftime don't talk to them, and it's like, speaking of Brandon, text from him right now. I don't really deal with him, and I get, when I link up with him, it's like I didn't miss a beat. It's like we're still friends, still where we were, and we just pick up from where we left off. But then I got other people I know, I call them acquaintances. See, it's the other thing. Everybody ain't your friend. And the minute you realize that everyone is not your friend, you get so much better off. I got people that I call acquaintances. And acquaintances are just that. People you're acquainted with, you on some level you know them. They can be co-workers, people you meet in the street, people you meet in the club, wherever. And I see them, they're like, oh man, you don't ever try to hang out anymore. You don't try to do this, you don't try to do that. I'm like, yeah, I got my own thing I'm doing. I don't need to be out and prowling the streets. Like, I'm married, and before I was engaged, and just getting me, I had to get me straight. And that's the other thing too. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, these acquaintances, they just that. They're acquaintances. They ain't people you're acquainted with. They ain't people you're 100% friend. You ain't friends with them. You ain't on a bad negative with them either. You just acquainted with them. And then your best interest is not in their mind. It's just, flavor of the week. Some people I got acquainted with when I want to go out to the club, that's what they're good for. If I want to play video games, that's what they're good for. If I want to hit the movies, that's what they're good for. If I want to do random shit around around here in Hawaii, that's what they're good for. But friends, your friend circle should be small. Like, mine's hella small. I probably got like less than 10 people in my friend circle, and everyone else is an acquaintance. So that's that. I forgot what I was going to say earlier. But yeah, oh yeah, being on your own, you gotta be comfortable. This is why I tell my nephews, my nieces, other people I know, especially when it comes to relationships, like, you gotta be comfortable with being on your own, being alone, being your own best friend before you can bring anyone else in the equation. You can't be in a relationship with nobody if you ain't comfortable in your own skin. And a lot of people don't seem to understand that they have this mentality that I have to be with someone. If I'm not with someone, then I myself am I'm a lesser individual. My meaning is lower, and that's not true. You got to be your own best friend. And if you can't be your own, if you can't like you and love you, better yet, if you can't love yourself, who can love you? Who can, And I had a hard time with that. I was in and out of relationships left and right like water. And it took the last 2 years for me to stop, find out who I am, or not find out who I am, remember who I am. Because you never lost. You just need to remember. And then learn to love me. And when I learned to love myself and, take care of me and do things I need to do for myself, and then somehow that attracts people that are on the same wavelength as you, because in a way, if you're in quantum physics and all that, everything is a wavelength. And this is a scientific fact. But when you focus on you, and that's not selfish, but you focus on you, focus on getting yourself straight, get your mind right, get your health right, get everything right about you, everything else and everyone else will follow, And, the relationships, the girls, the guys, whatever it is, whatever way, you whichever orientation you are. If you're a girl and you want a guy, focus on you, the guy will come. Or you like girls, the girl will come. If you're a guy and you like girls, the girls will come. If you're a guy and you like guys, the guys will come. Focus on you. Just make you a priority. Do that paradigm shift. Make you a priority. And I promise you, everything will turn around. It works itself out that way. the friends, the relationships, hell, even the job opportunities. When you focus on you and you make the decision that I need to make a change for me, and enough's enough with what I had, and I want better, everything gets better. Promise you. It may not seem like it, but it's all about consistency. Everything in life is about momentum and consistency. You just keep going and keep going. Sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it, or not so much as fake it. You gotta keep telling yourself, even though you don't believe it. Repetition, you'll believe it. As you think, therefore you are. You think it into existence, and then you physically go out and do it. So, at what point is enough, and when you need to make a change? I can't decide that for you, but for me, if I keep running into the same situation over and over and over, I gotta look at it this way, and I think you should look at it this way too. What is a common factor in all these situations you're in? If it's you, which 9 times out of 10, or 99 times out of 100, it is you, then you need to work on yourself, change yourself, improve yourself, and everything around you will change. Change the way you view things, the way you see things, the way you interact with things, and everything around you will change. So, that's enough of my preaching. I gotta go into the office and get to work. It was actually my last couple weeks here. But, yeah, as always, guys, thank you for watching. This has been first episode of Joyride with Casanova, and I want to thank you guys for watching it. Post your comments below. Let me know what you think. If you liked this video, please like, share, comment, subscribe. If you didn't like it, don't troll, don't dick ride. Just say you didn't like it. Give a thumbs down. Articulate why you didn't. And if you don't want to articulate, just give a thumbs down and keep it moving. No need to be negative. And I'll see y'all in the next one. All right? Deuces wild. I'm out. Stay blessed. Have a good one.